Alright, welcome to my channel. It is February the 12th, 2021, and it is Friday, which means it's 2 more days until Valentine's Day, which is Sunday. Hopefully, those with relationships are getting something special, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I am trying to make sense of Bitcoin through arguments that are going nowhere online. So I am going to present my case here. Now, currently, Bitcoin is sitting at $47,740.30. Now, I think maybe not Bitcoin, but another cryptocurrency will take the place of the United States dollar, which at that time, this number right here is just going to go to 1. Not necessarily that's going to be worth $1, but the value of 1 Bitcoin will be 1 Bitcoin, which means no one's going to be working for 1 Bitcoin. They're going to be working for whatever they choose to do, whether it's going to be at the current value or at another value. What I mean by that is no one wants to work for $1, and that's basically what if this currency were to take place. Now, with that being said, is Bitcoin a good investment? Bitcoin is a very high risk investment because of volatile assets. This means that Bitcoin value may rise or fall dramatically in a value in order a short period, even as quickly as a few hours or days. Like all cryptocurrency, Bitcoin has a intrinsic value. The value of the Bitcoin depends on the market demand, which means at this current point in time, all the cryptocurrencies are being traded like stocks. The more people buy into it, the higher it goes up, which creates this value right here per. So this is in United States dollar value, not necessarily what Bitcoin is worth in the future, because the argument I'm making is in the future, this isn't going to matter. So if you have 50 Bitcoins, you're just going to have 50 Bitcoins. And if that's going to be our currency, assuming that we use the Bitcoin for a dollar representation, then people are going to be paid respectively. So if I get paid $1 an hour and we move to Bitcoin, over a course of a period of time, I'm still going to be making 1 Bitcoin to represent that $1. That just adds the currency normalizes. Now, that doesn't mean that this Bitcoin is going to be worth $1. It's just going to represent $1. It's still going to be worth a lot more dollars than this. It's just the buying power is going to normalize as we switch over to it. And that's kind of like my argument. Not to say this is going to be the death of Bitcoin, but I think once people realizes that, it may be less, I don't know, maybe less exciting. But anyways, let's see here. Bitcoin, according to Wikipedia, from just this right here, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency invented in 2008 by an unknown person or group or people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. The currency began use in 2009 when its implementation was released as open source software. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency without a central bank or single administrator. This can be sent from user to user on a peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without a need for an intermediary. Transactions are verified by the network nodes through cryptocurrency and recorded in public distributed ledger called blockchain. Bitcoins are created as a reward for the process known as mining that can be exchanged for other currency products and services. Research produced by the University of Cambridge estimated that in 2017 that there were 2.9 to 5.8 million unique users using cryptocurrency wallets, most of them using Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been criticized for its use in illegal transaction and large amount of electricity used by miners. The price volatility and thefts from exchange. Some economists, including several Nobel laureates, have characterized the speculation bubble at various times. Bitcoin has been used as an investment, although several regulatory agencies have issued an investors alert about Bitcoin. But of course, I am actually not interested in all of that. I am interested in how far can you divide Bitcoin, because let's say Bitcoin is the equivalent of $1. Now, it doesn't have to be $1, and this is probably going to be the crux of my argument, is Bitcoin is just the whole coin or the whole unit, but who's to say that unit is not $100 or $1,000 or even a $10,000, whether that's equivalent to like a $10,000 United States note or a $1,000 United States note or $100 United States note. I mean, that's the equivalent, not necessarily that they're equal, but just that's the equivalence of it. But according to this, you could buy less than one Bitcoin. Just like the euro, it can be broken down into 100 euro cents. Bitcoin could also be divided into smaller units as value as one Bitcoin has increased by it's reasonable to buy a fractional of digital currency instead of an entire Bitcoin at once. Bitcoin is divided into units as small as 0.0000001 Bitcoin, which makes a Bitcoin perfect for micropayments. Let's see here. Did it say right here? Maybe not. I thought I read that somewhere. Oh yeah, it says it right here. The smallest value by the Bitcoin network is a Satoshi, named after Satoshi Nakamoto, the Bitcoin creator. Each Bitcoin can be broken down into 100 million Satoshis in the future if required. The divisibility of Bitcoin can be increased by 1 billion smaller parts or even more as Bitcoin protocol and its related software can be modified to handle even smaller units. Now, of course, this is assuming that we want to break it down, or if you want to look at this, we have the Satoshis, which is the 1 millionth, and then we got the microbit, which is a little bit higher, the millibit, which is a little bit more, we're getting closer to the cents. Then we got the centibit, which is 0.01. So if this is going to be considered our pennies, and this would be considered our dimes, and of course this is our dollar, this is the $10 one, the $100 one, the $1,000 one, and of course the $1 million one is the megabit. So my question is, let's say we completely switched over and we're using Bitcoin. My argument is the depth of Bitcoin and the value that we're seeing over here, this is just going to go away. This is just not going to be relevant to the argument because we're going to be on a Bitcoin economy. So that means that this will be equivalent to our dollar, not that it's going to be worth $1. So that means, let's say if I am working 40 hours a week at a current rate of $32 an hour. I'm not saying that I'm going to be paid $32 an hour worth of Bitcoins worth, but let's say, would it still be 34 Bitcoins if I'm working at that once we actually switch to that? So my argument is that the Bitcoin itself is not necessarily going to devalue, it's just going to replace, and the buying power is probably going to be maybe diminished over time as it becomes nationalized. Hopefully that makes sense, and probably I'm completely wrong, which is understandable. So leave a comment down below how I'm wrong in my understanding of this. Hit the smash the like button, Smash the like and subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Also, smash the plus button if you're on Rumble. Like I said, leave a comment down below under this scenario that I'm talking about. If we actually replace the Bitcoin with the dollar and we just kind of erase the value of the dollar and just use Bitcoin as the equivalent as the dollar. Not that it's replacing the value, but if we're just using Bitcoin itself and the dollar never existed, would I still be paid 32 Bitcoins for the hours I worked under the 32 hours, 32 bucks an hour, or would this more be, let's see here, or would it be more like centrobits or millibits? I should probably maybe even microbits maybe. Anyways, leave a comment down below and what your thoughts on that. And also, most importantly, have yourself a wonderful weekend.